I genuinely believe at this point that companies are intentionally hiring people who hate their brand, who hate their customers, and who hate their games. Over the past couple of months, we have seen so many instances just like this of official company accounts posting about trying to own the haters and proving the haters wrong, and now it's happening with the Outer Worlds too. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I've never seen an indie company do this. I've never seen a AA studio do this. It's only the companies within the industry who feel like they are untouchable, who feel like they can do no wrong and people will always just shut up and consume content. And now we're seeing it happen with the Outer Worlds 2, which is just so funny because this game is clearly not doing as amazing as they probably intended it to do. While, yes, we do not have the console numbers, we don't have the Game Pass numbers, we do have the Steam charts, and they are not looking good. I mean, this title hasn't even reached the heights of the first game, and typically when a first game releases and it's the first in a new series, right, people are a little bit less willing to give it a chance initially because they don't know if it's actually going to go anywhere. But because the first game was viewed as a popular title, you would think that the second game would have the existing fans, but it would also capture the interests and attentions of people because of word of mouth, that the people who liked it would tell their friends, and then they'd tell their friends, and then you would end up with more sales for not only the first game, but the second game too. And that didn't seemingly happen. But Xbox right now has been going through a lot of problems. It's definitely not the Xbox we used to know. And they, of course, have hike their prices for their consoles and their accessories, and also things like Game Pass. They have not had a very positive public image, and it looks like it's only going to continue to get worse if the official Xbox accounts are out here posting things like this. So the Xbox UK account, with nearly 1 million followers, posted this. It's got 1.5k likes to 800 comments and 300 reposts, but they said, me replying to my haters, and then this is the main box art character from the game, from the Outer Worlds 1 and 2. And I don't know why they thought this was going to go over well, why they thought it was going to go over positively. And this, of course, isn't the first time that something like this has happened, especially in recent memory, but gamers are, of course, not happy when companies insult them. If you criticize a game, if you don't like a game, if you say this game even looks like trash, that's perfectly fine, and that should not lead to a company mocking you or belittling you or attacking you, and that is what is happening. And, well, they are getting absolutely destroyed by gamers for it, and rightfully so. You've got people like Savvy saying maybe instead of wasting time replying to the haters, you can make a game that actually sells well. Embarrassing. You are trash. Game Pass has become a joke. This game sucks. They slash them. Uh-oh, game isn't doing too hot. Better attack the customer base. Take the L. Someone also shared the Saints Row account posting the GIF that said haters are gonna hate, which is just so funny given that community manager also said if you criticize their game, you're a terrorist. It just goes to show that, again, the people that are being hired to run these social media accounts are not PR trained. They view it as if it's their own personal account, and it's not like the Outer Worlds 2 has sold 10 million copies in 5 days. You know what I mean? It's not like they did some absolutely insane numbers and they could sit here and boast. That didn't happen. We're talking about, in the case of Steam, really poor looking numbers. Now, again, we don't know the console numbers, but when your sequel doesn't even break the already extremely low player counts of the first title, that's not a positive. That's not a W. This year, Obsidian has faced some major problems. Sure, Grounded 2 came out and that did pretty well, but Avowed came out and was a disaster. Outer Worlds 2 has come out and now seems to be a disaster. And yes, because this is a single player game, at launch, you would think that the most people would be playing it because it doesn't have a multiplayer component. So it's not like, oh, I finished the campaign, but I'm still going to put 30 hours into it after No, that doesn't happen. You are playing the story and then you're dropping the game until DLC comes out or you want to do a replay, but it hasn't even been out that long, so people probably shouldn't have already completed it, but let's say for argument's sake they did. That means that there's no way it's going to get to the all-time peak it reached 3 days ago at 18,251, and there's already only 8,000 players in game. Now, we knew that this was probably going to be bad, judging by some of the numbers we had, like the low 49,000 follower count. The game is number 157 in daily activity users, but if you look at the Outer Worlds one and you start comparing, yeah, I mean, even that 5 years ago was 20,349, and this was a game that was a Epic Game Store exclusive for a whole year. I mean, this game had significantly more followers. It had significantly more hype behind it. And when you see a official account like an Xbox account attacking people and mocking people and belittling people, this is when people start having no respect for you. And sure, Xbox is still a very big name in the video game industry, but they have really ticked off their customer base over the past couple of months with having things like price increases. And when you have social media managers or just people that run these social media accounts, maybe they're even developers, and they decide to make posts like this when really you have nothing to boast about, it makes you guys look stupid. And then you will see them crying on Blue Sky weeks later about how they lost their job. The social media handler receiving my reply, and then it's the angry face. You mean your customers? The Xbox smiling on the outside but crying on the inside face. Your bosses should really fire your dumbass. People are saying you need fans to have haters. You dropped $100 million on this. It's a hilarious time in gaming when a game can do terrible and the marketing team spurgs out on social media, and I'm actually pretty surprised that they haven't hidden more, but I guess because they've already upset so many people, they didn't want to face even more backlash, so they said, you know what, we're just not going to hide any more responses. We're going to let everyone go wild on this post, because then they'd be hiding like 800 of the 811 comments, so I don't think they're going to make another post like this, though they are facing major backlash for it, and they're boasting about their game, even though it is doing terribly right now. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.